now our next speaker joins us from New York City. Roberto da Costa is a Brazilian-born and current NYC entrepreneur who once ran a digital branding and marketing company up until the pandemic. He started his company Conin VR with a mission to help develop the future of business networking and hopes of laying the groundwork for what marketing might look like in the near future with VR. Sharing on how to build a virtual social community to drive brands and businesses, please welcome Mr. Roberto da Costa. Hello, Roberto.
Hello, everybody. My name is Roberto da Costa, and thank you for that introduction. I'm here to talk about building a virtual social community that drives brands and grows your business. So not so much the technology, but what the experience for people will be in the metaverse. So for 8 years, I've been in the marketing and branding profession. So I'm a professional with helping my clients communicate their brand and engage with customers. And way before that, when I was maybe 7 or 6 years old, I had dreamed of playing in virtual reality. And with that idea came the thought that I would need to be rich and that I would need to have all these gadgets, and it would just cost a lot to play in VR. But in October of 2020, I was able to pre-order the Quest 2 for $300. And so you can imagine the excitement that I had opening up that box and being able to play in VR, fulfilling my childhood dream of shooting somebody out of the sky while I'm, a character in a game that I've always thought I would be able to play, right? But also being much older and a businessman, I thought, how could I make my headset a business expense and save some money on my taxes? So I needed to find a business tool for my headset, and I was looking for some applications, and the apps that were that existed are really just organization tools, and they don't really work that well right now. They are in development, and I thought that maybe I could find something that I could help connect with my clients better, or become more creative in virtual reality. But those didn't work out for me. So I searched. What I found out existed was social virtual reality and social VR, and you saw some examples there of chat VR. That application, I tried out chat rec room, and applications like Horizon and Altspace VR, and some of them were really crazy and wacky and not really what I was looking for to fulfill what my needs were. The unique one that I found was Altspace VR, and that is a Microsoft product, and that really piqued my interest because there were more professional people in that application. The events that people were hosting and the type of gatherings that they were hosting were just more calm and mature in a way. There was meditation rooms, there were comedy shows, there was karaoke, and in that application, I found people that were gathering together for a purpose. They were gathering together to hang out with their friends, and they were gathering together to fulfill a need by being together, to form a community and be part of that community. And in my search for some form of connection with other business people, I asked around if there were any networking events or business education happening in that application. And to my surprise, at the time, there were none. And so I found a market and a gap. The market was people like me, people who wanted to utilize virtual reality for business or for networking, and a gap. There was no networking, there was no business communication, business education at the time. And so I created VR networking. And VR networking, really, I started that to help people connect in virtual reality and bring business coaches in and help raise education around business and skill and raise people's skills around how they run their businesses. And we wanted to design a place where businesses can market themselves in virtual reality, and a place for people to build their networks and build out referral partners. And this all began in 2020, literally the week after I got my headset. We started these networking events really small. There was 5, maybe 10 people that would come into the networking events if we were lucky. And over a 1-year course, from that year to January. In January, we ran an event and had 295 people attend a networking event. It was a singular 2-hour event that day, and we found a high interest in people that wanted this type of experience within virtual reality. So we stepped away from gaming and fun and got to the real deal of why we want to connect and how we want to connect. And so, now we have 2 teams. We have my team based in New York City, and we also have another team based in Eastern Australia. So we have this wide range of time zones that we can accommodate to. And our mission is to grow to every time zone and every language. So that way we can have people, give people the opportunity to connect and find business partners, so they're not limited to the confines of their town or their city, and they still feel like they're part of something while being present together in a space, enjoying an experience. And also part of that mission, comes with helping businesses or business owners learn how they can utilize social VR apps to grow their own community and market to their target audience. So, where do I see the best opportunities for community and growth? And that's gonna be social VR apps. And social VR apps are being built today all over the place, and they're being built for meetings and small gatherings, and that's where AltSpace has a unique attraction to me. It's because it's designed for larger gatherings and events, event-based productions, and I'm sure in the future there will be more of these apps that will allow for more than 300 people. We'll be able to have an event with 3,000 people and eventually 30,000 people in the same event space in virtual reality. Right now we're working with a 2% early adoption rate. But you can imagine in 5 to 10 years from now, that's going to be exponential, right? That growth is exponential. And so we're going to be looking at events hosted every day of the week for different purposes, where people are going to tap in from different parts of the world to enjoy time together, to hang out with their friends and meet new people. And that's the magic that I love about virtual reality. And that's also why it's important that I share this information, right? So why should businesses start thinking about social virtual reality as a community building strategy? Well, all marketers know that people buy people and not things. We work with people that we trust, and we buy from people that we trust. And so building community, even a small community around your brand, has a bonding effect on each individual member and also their second and third degree connections, because people love to talk about the things that they are part of. Community is marketing, and building a community in virtual reality makes marketing even easier than before. To show an example of this, of why VR is great or greater compared to, let's say, a medium like it, like YouTube, right? We can compare the retention rate. So YouTube's average retention rate is 60%, and YouTube's average video length is 11 minutes long. So people, the majority of people, are in front of a video, let's say it's your brand's video, with your message for about 60% of that video. Even the best brands get their retention rate up to 75% of the time, which isn't that great. That's about, if you had an 11-minute video, it's about a 6-minute watch time. On average, our VR events retention rate with our analytics have shown that 100% of the people stay for the first hour. An hour, that's 60 minutes. And the average retention rate of our events drops to 75% after 75 minutes. And that number drops to 50% only after 90 minutes. That's 90 minutes that someone is sitting in front of our brand and products every week. Communities in VR are built around a mission, something to learn, or a place where people can have a stake in how that community works and how that community grows. And that allows for more dedicated members, raving fans, and a stronger brand presence in the minds of the people who participate. So you can see why hosting an event or designing an experience around your brand is really exciting today. Never before have we had such an engaging medium online where masses of people can participate and for such a low cost, right? So where do you start as a business owner and somebody who doesn't know how to build a community? You start like everything else in your business. You start with your why. Why does your brand exist, and why? And what do you represent? And what have you come to fix for people? And then you want to gauge where your brand stands with your already existing clients. You ask the questions: what does my company mean to you? And if you don't like the way that sounds coming from your client, then you can gauge yourself, right? Do I express myself correctly? Do I express myself enough? And does my customer understand me? Think about the areas of influence companies like yours have and see what's been done before, so you can take inspiration from that. Take inspiration from the real world experiences that other brands have done, so you can create your own in virtual reality. And then you can take a look at what an event for your brand might look like that gets people to talk about your product or service. Bring people together around your service or product by designing better experiences. Start creating events like pop-up shops or free resources that bring people together around your brand, and test what works. This is how you grow advocates and raving fans. They will help you build your community so that you can continue to bring value and continue to grow. And the biggest takeaway from this is, community focus is consistency. Making sure that you are creating experiences on a regular basis and calling people into your virtual experience regularly with new content, and making sure that you're engaging with your audience in a virtual space and also outside, because everything still matters. all of the older platforms, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, email, that will still stay the same. But it's just another component to keep bringing people into your virtual space. And why should you be building community in virtual reality? It's a new cutting edge technology that allows for way more engagement, a global reach, better brand communication, and authentic connections between your audience. And I'll leave you with the hopes that you build your own reality in virtual reality for your business, for yourself, and for your community. Thank you very much. And I am sorry I won't be part of the panel as it is almost 3 a.m. here. But feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn with any questions and check out the website vrnetworking.com if you ever feel like networking in virtual reality. I am here to help. And thank you, everybody.
We appreciate you joining us for this webinar. And yes, I'm going to find you on that metaverse on VR and network with you. Thank you so much once again. So from New York,